What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the One Up Gamescast. I'm one of your hosts, Carl Sinclair, joined as always by my brother from another mother, the man with the plan, Master Cheeks in the streets, Master Chief in the sheets. That's right, I swapped it up this week because we be fucking in them streets. It's Jack Gibb. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, mate. It's Game Awards Friday, so always a good time to catch up.
You know, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. You know what? You know what makes me feel really good, man, is we're here. We're talking Game Awards 2025 during what I'm going to say is a very special 100th episode of the One Up Gamescast, mate. We made it to 100 again. Let's go back to one. No, I'm just kidding. No, wild. No, it's wild. Yeah, Game Awards happened today. It was very good. 3.5 hours of just pure, actually good shit to watch. Jeff actually did a good job. We'll talk more about that at the end. But man, what a day! Like what a day full of amazing awards, upsets, reveals, Muppets, Street Fighter cast. What the hell? It's been a roller coaster of a day full of emotion and a statued woman who precariously puts her chest out and looks up to the sky like I'm everything.
You talking about the award?
Yeah, she wants it.
Fucking hell, mate.
Yeah.
What a way to tee that up.
Yeah. Great award show.
Actually, it was in the desert all week. I'm like, hang on.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, I mean, that trailer happened. Titties galore. You know. We'll get to that though. You're getting ahead of yourself, mate. You're getting ahead of yourself. All right, mate. Let's just start where we always have to start. Okay. Actually, no. Should we score? Like, let's not score it. Let's just go. How you feeling after this year's Game Awards?
I say every year. I say the same thing every year. Jeff don't get to control what he announces.
Yeah.
No, he is held at ransom by who shows up with what. So putting that aside, I think the show, what he could control, like a 9 out of 10 sort of realm. You know what I mean? Like I'm feeling very, like the pacing was controlled well. Things were spread out fairly well. Maybe a few things I would have swapped, but generally speaking, I think it was paced very well. You know, there was a good ratio of awards to announcements to entertainment. There's a fair bit of ads, but I wouldn't say it was as crazy as some years. You know, I think it was okay. I need to do a bathroom break at some point. You know what I mean? So I think for the things he could control, I think he did very well. For the things he couldn't control, like who shows up, fucking phenomenal.
He got lucky. He got lucky.
Like
it's
just the stars aligned this year. And this is the thing. If it was a year with poor announcements, I'd still be saying this was a good show because again, I'm always in support of, hey, you know, if Naughty Dog don't show up, they don't show up. If they do show up, they do show up. You know, so I think, you know, given all that context, I think a pretty good show. Not a ton for me personally. Like there was a few games that really did it for me. There's a few games I'm like, all right, I'm trying to get into something like that Yakuza looking game. So I think there's a good slate of games here. I think it was a little bit of something for everyone. What I will say is it was worth watching. You know, I don't always come out feeling that way. So,
that's very fair.
I think if there's anything to take away from this year's show, it's the pacing and structure. They really nailed it. We'll talk a lot more about the ending at the end, but like I think the structure of the ending was quite well done. Overall, I think this was the best Game Awards yet. And then when you topple the announcements in, definitely the best Game Awards yet.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So I was a big fan of this show. Maybe not 10 out of 10. Like there's still a few things that for me are like, oh yeah, right. You know, got to get through this part to get to the next part. But no, overall very very good. Where's your where are you at? What's your vibe?
Yeah, I would say for what you've got to do to make this show happen, like what you've got to do to actually get it from point A to point B, like they did very well. You know, you're always going to get ads, you're always going to get this, you're going to get that. Like it went well. Like it kind of oh, pardon me. It's been a long day. I'll be honest, like that 3.5 hours kind of flew by. Like at no point did I sit here going, crap, like how much longer do we actually have to go? Like I was like legitimately surprised with like the quality of announcements, my excitement in the announcements. Like I'm losing my voice. Like I lost my voice for like half an hour after the show. I was like, I just can't talk. I'm just not going to talk for a while. And like I'm losing it again. Like it was awesome. Like I screamed for some of the stuff that got announced. Like it was really, really good. And some of the awards, man, so good. Like look at Expedition just like cleaning up. No, really, really good. Great award show this year. I think probably the best one they've ever done. I think like seriously, like my feelings after coming out at the other side is like this is the new like baseline. This is the show that other Game Award shows will have to top. Because yeah, it's really just like soaring to the top. And man, good luck, Jeffrey. Good luck. I wish you luck, mate. But yeah, no, it was a great award show. Had a great time. It was really good. Really, really good.
I think it's telling of the sort of generation we're having as well. Where like we're 5 years into the generation, give or take. And like, you know, the most memorable Game Awards moment to me is still when the Xbox Series X was announced.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And the generation we're having is such a slow burn, you know? And next year's looking like it's going to be the biggest year in gaming in a long time.
Yeah.
And this show sort of reflects that, I feel. You know, like it's sort of, you know, it's, yeah. Like the stars have really aligned. And it's going to be, like next year when we're reviewing this, or the year after, we're reviewing the Game Awards, we need to keep in mind that, like, I really want us to separate the announcements from the structure of the show. Because if 2028 is going to be a shit year in gaming, then 2027 is going to be a shit Game Awards show. But we need to make sure we score heavily on a good structure, and that, like, this is the baseline for the structure. I hope that this is also a baseline for the announcements, but you know, that's a tougher one to predict.
It's just he doesn't get to choose, like we always say, like he doesn't get to pick who turns up, so it's very, very hard. But no, honestly, very, very good. And I think like, yeah. Honestly, I always see the Game Awards as like the start of like the next year leading in, you know what I mean? It's like the first time we get like concrete, solid announcements for the year coming, I feel. Like, sure, you'll get some Nintendo Directs and stuff before, but the Game Awards of the year prior really is where it starts for the following year, and next year is shaping up to be a big one. So, like, I mean, just with Grand Theft Auto alone, it's wild.
Yeah, but like, even if Grand Theft Auto gets delayed again, I think next year is still going to be a top tier year. And they just announced today as well the Xbox Developer Direct will be happening late January. Fable and Horizon 6 should be there.
And let's be honest, so's Gears of War. Like, the amount of Gears of War stuff that's dropped today, Gears of War is going to be there. I mean, we kind of predicted what's going to be there, so.
I very much agree with that. I don't think Halo's going to be there. I think Halo will just keep doing its own thing.
Yeah.
Delay it. Anyway, let's not go down that.
Oh my god, imagine. Let's not go down that path. Mate. We could go over the winners, but let's be honest. Expedition 33 won everything. I think the second half of what makes this Game Awards and all the Game Awards shows so exciting are the announcements. And we got a plethora of really good announcements. So, let's go through it all. Oh, pardon me. It's been a long day. Let's go through it all. Let's break it all down. And then at the end, we can give our score for the Game Awards for this year. Because, yeah, it was a great show. We have an article up on the website, so feel free to go and check that out if you want any more info on these games. Every single one of them has a little summary of what it is, and some of them when they're coming out. And I've put them roughly in order as they appeared. I think some games jumped in front of or after certain games, but it's really hard to keep track of everything because I was trying to like make a list on the fly, so forgive me. But let's start with probably the game of the show, the Free Shepherd, mate.
Free Shepherd. It just reminded me initially of that like terrible mission in Red Dead Redemption where you have to herd the sheep. But no, this game does look better than that mission.
It looks kind of cool. Looks like you're like a sheepdog in Ireland or something like that. Very pretty location. Yeah, I think it looks okay. Looks all right.
Fine way to open the pre-show, I think.
I think so. It's wild that the Game Awards has a pre-show. Like it's very interesting. It's like, let's get out these awards that no one's going to care about. It's like best family game. It's like, wait, guys, come on. Like,
yeah, I like that. That's a main show award. Sure.
Yeah, honestly. After that, we got to look at Decrepit. Looks great. Like the pre-show games, we're going to power through. We also got to look at Audio Mech. It's fine. It looks like a Rez sort of clone. The thing that was interesting is, so in the game, you pilot a transformable mech. you create like bullets, swords, all that sort of stuff to respond to the audio. But the audio in the game is the stuff that's playing from your computer or your like the music you're streaming into the game, which I think is very cool.
Oh, okay.
They're trying to incorporate like your sound into this sort of like sound game, so that's kind of sick. Then we got a look at Pragmata. We've kind of got the solid release date, and then we found out after the show. This wasn't at the show, but this is really cool. Pragmata is getting an amiibo, and I think that's sick. They're also dropping a demo, which is going to be available on Steam now and console for everybody else later. Very keen to check that demo out. I think this is the demo that everybody got to play at Gamescom, so I'll be very interested to jump in and check that one out. Then we got to look at Game of the Show, Bradley the Badger. So cool. Like, you play as Bradley, a once-beloved platforming mascot who's woken up to find his world and many others weirdly unfinished and broken. Determined to get home and save his friends, Bradley must journey through a series of surreal, wildly different worlds that parody famous game genres and settings, all while dealing with unexpected revelations about his universe and his role in it. So cool. Like, Badgerborn and all that. Oh, so funny.
I see a lot of people online complain that platformers aren't what they used to be and the genre is dying. Rah, rah, rah. I don't think they're wrong. But I hope they enjoy this game.
Oh,
I feel like this is for them.
Yeah,
you know?
I hope so.
No, the game looks sick.
Yeah. Then we got to look at Stupid Never Dies. Looks very Lollipop Chainsaw like. So I hope people enjoy that. Then we got to look at Tank Rat. Basically, you are a tank. Very cool. Then the show started, mate, and oh man, what a show! What a show! What a show! So one of the first things... Sorry, go on.
Oh, no, yeah, I think you're going to say it.
One of the first things we got to see and sort of set the expectations for the show we're about to have is we got a look. And I was like, so early on, I was like, oh my God, this is Star Wars. And I remember typing in the thing, it's Star Wars. And fellow Star Wars fan, who I'm going to call fake fan, Jacob Bartholomew Barros said, is it? I'm like, you silly bitch. And it was confirmed to be Star Wars, and it is Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic, led by Casey Hudson, former BioWare and king of the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic RPG, and Mass Effect. What an announcement, mate! So fucking good, and I bet Jack couldn't give two shits.
Oh, it looks good.
Hey,
what studio is actually working on it?
I don't know. Casey Hudson Studio. That's honestly, that's like you announce a Star Wars Old Republic game, and you put Casey Hudson's name to it. It doesn't matter who's making it, because that's the equivalent of like, oh, they've just announced a new Metal Gear. Who's making it? Doesn't matter. Hideo Kojima's name is attached to it. That's the equivalent.
Okay.
Yeah, big deal. Big deal. It's probably going to suck, but it was announced.
Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, Arakanort Studios, I think.
Oh, it's beautiful. I hope this is
a new development house.
I was
Here's
gonna
a launch.
I was gonna say, I hope this is definitely their first game, and I hope they kill it.
There you go.
Then, my friend, we got another look at John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, and its release date still looks great. Looks very interesting. Then
Looks alright, eh?
yeah, I'm keen to jump in. Then the statue game was finally revealed, and yes, the leaks were correct. New Divinity game from Larian. But they are really they are calling this the biggest, most ambitious RPG yet. It's going to be even larger than Baldur's Gate 3, so very interested to see what happens there. But this was a trailer.
Yeah.
Whereas the longer it played, I was like, this might have been like a towards the end sort of trailer. There are children watching.
It was full of Baldur's Gate 3 money, I feel. You know what I mean? Like, this was like, hey, we're working on this game. We probably don't have much to show yet because we're still working on the game. Yeah. What can we do with all this marketing money? You know?
Honestly.
They went off.
They really did. Good for them. My favorite part was the lizard man sex. It was great.
There's not much we can do to really do it justice, though. You have to go watch that one.
Yeah. Imagine a nightmare and then times it by 4. Now go watch the trailer for Divinity.
You have to be signed into YouTube. Actually, people
Yes.
under 16 in Australia won't be able to watch this. This is
Ask your parents to log into their account. Yeah, crazy. Then we've got to look at a game called Four Loop. It's a tactical 4-player co-op third-person shooter where teamwork, adaptability, and learning from repeated attempts are core to the experience. The game blends cooperative action with rogue-like style progression, meaning that everyone can unfold differently and encourage players to redefine their strategies together. So it's basically a third-person shooter Hades game. Although there are people out there that will tell you there's nothing like Hades. They've never played anything other than Hades, but we'll let that slide. Then we got to look at Coven of the Chicken Foot. I have one person who wants there to be a ranked granny mode. We'll see if we can make that happen. Coven of the Chicken Foot, you play as Gertie, an elderly witch who steps into the spotlight in a world where traditional heroes have long since moved on. Instead of brandishing swords or performing impossible jumps, Gertie's strength comes from her resolve and care as she forms a deep and evolving bond with a peculiar creature, companion, an odd dynamic ally that observes, reacts, and learns from how you, as the player, plays.
There you go.
There you go. There it is.
What more can you say?
Coming to the chicken foot, you know? It's gonna be massive. Oh man, that's so funny. Let's go. Ontos is designed as a spiritual successor to Soma. Looks really scary. Then we finally got, and someone tried to bring me down when this happened, and I'm not gonna name names. Okay, fuck you, Barros. Resident Evil Requiem. We finally got the Leon Kennedy reveal. He is a playable character. It looks like there's definitely a third playable character, by the way. The banner they put up on the screen, the way they set it up. There's room for one more person up there. But yeah, so basically you've got Ash, Grace Ashcroft, who is going to be the more traditional style of Resident Evil gameplay. It's like very horror based. And then we've got Leon here, who's going to be the Resident Evil 6 version sort of gameplay, where it's going to be very action oriented. The man knows karate. The man's swinging his gun around. He's wearing a jacket that is so awesome and definitely designed to fight the undead. I love the jacket. The jacket looks like it was designed by Leon himself to make fighting the undead even easier, but we'll just have to wait and see. And then the biggest rumor is that apparently there was a leak that said that Rose Winters, Ethan Winters' daughter, is also going to be here. So I assume that she's going to be a third play style, which is going to be very mystical and crazy. So I look forward to seeing that too. All right, next we got Order of the Sinking Star. Now this, mate, this is a big deal. This comes from Jonathan Blow, creator of Braid. One of the most important indie games, I would say. I would say when you look back at important indie games, you look at Indie the Movie, where you've got Braid, you've got Fez, and you've got, oh God, it's important.
Super Meat Boy.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. Super Meat Boy, which is still going strong. We got a new Super Meat Boy coming out next year. So for like the last 10 years, he's been working on Order of the Sinking Star, and I am super excited to see more. I'm so glad he got. I hope that like his 3-minute trailer, the $1 million he had to pay to be up there, I hope it was well spent. I'm definitely in. But yeah, very cool to see that. Then we've got Exodus. Looks great. Very happy to see more of it. I think like we've gotten drips and drabs, but it was nice to see like proper gameplay, proper story setup. I think it's going to be a really awesome game. Then we got to look at Warlock, which is a Dungeons and Dragons game with a very yes. Oh mate, listen. Oh look at you. Oh, keen.
Yeah, not gonna lie.
Warlock casts you as Katri, a veteran warrior who enters into a pact to wield otherworldly magic, much like the Warlock character archetype from D&D lore. This pact grants access to powerful spells used for combat, exploration, puzzle solving, and unlocking new paths across a beautiful yet unsettling open world. So very keen for that one. Looks great. This one I'm keen for as well. This one I'm really keen for is Control Resonant. What a great freaking trailer. Like, great setup, great trailer. Looks really freaking good. The new character looks freaking sick. I like that his weapon is like a bar. Like, I love these guys, whenever they do like Controller Alan Wake or something, they just make like weapons just like so freaking random. I really got Hell is us. Hell is us vibes from this character. Just overall aesthetic and just like the weapons he's using and stuff like that. I am super keen. I like that like the costume he's wearing has got like FBC on the back and it's like completely scratched out. And I'm pretty sure that's like it looks very similar to like the starting outfits from FBC Firebreak. So I'm starting to think that that third person multiplayer shooter might actually have some stuff in here that links directly to Resonant. So now I'm going to have to go and put some hours in. But no, very, very cool. Then we got Gang of Dragon. What more can I say? My main man up in here, Hello Kitty. He just like knocking people the hell out. He cutting people up. He's just a king. Love to see it. Cannot wait for Gang of Dragon. Then we got another look. Oh, bro, it looks so good. Got another look at Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. Certain people tried to clown on it. I'm not going to say who. You guys know. And I don't know. I think it looks freaking sick. I actually can't wait for this game. I think like the blending of Lego and what is effectively like Arkham Combat and the plethora of like live action Dark Knight moments and movies. I can't wait. I think it's going to be a really, really big moment for any Batman fan. And I would love like this to be successful because then we can probably get like Lego Spider-Man, you know what I mean? Legacy of the Web Slinger or something where they like go through all the Spider-Man movies and stuff. And I think that would be pretty dope. Then, mate, the biggest announcements I've ever seen in my life. We got a look at not one, not two, but two Tomb Raider games. Mental. You all thought I was going to say three. Tricked you. We got a look at Tomb Raider Catalyst. As far as Lara Croft as she ventures into northern India after a mythical cataclysm has unleashed ancient secrets and a mysterious guardian force. And then we've got Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. It is a modern reimagining of the original Tomb Raider, bringing the 1996 debut to current-gen consoles and PC with modern visuals and gameplay. I cannot tell you how freaking excited I was for both of these announcements and how I have scanned these trailers and I have much to talk about on a different show in the future. Because my goodness, there's some hidden shit in here I think that people are kind of like sleeping on. And I honestly think Tomb Raider's back, man. Like, I think Tomb Raider's back. Looks great. Really excited for it. Can't wait. What about you, mate? You must be excited.
Oh, mate, this is announcement of the show, maybe announcement of the fucking generation. Like, this, I don't even know what to say, but like, we're fucking back. We're fucking back. And to be fair, like, the reboot trilogy, or what do they call it? Survivor trilogy. Like, it's been good. You know what I mean? The 2013 game in particular was perfect. Like, it's not like we haven't had good Tomb Raider lately. You know what I mean? But fuck, man, like this talk of unifying the timelines, like how's it gonna work? You know, like you could do it this way, you could do it that way. What are they cooking? I don't care anymore. I trust them. Like this is great. So, yeah, obviously, Tomb Raider Catalyst is like the next game in the franchise. It's coming out in 2027, and Legacy of Atlantis is coming out next year. And as you said, it's a reimagining of the original game from 1996, but the narration in the trailer, like it's like she's talking about her time on that adventure. So I don't know. It kind of doesn't like, it doesn't lock in that it's like goes the first three games in the trilogy, then Atlantis, then Catalyst. You know what I mean? Like there's all the games could be in there. Like I'm sure you probably have analyzed it a bit more than I have, but
we'll talk about it.
I'm now starting to see the picture come together. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm on the journey now, whereas before I was just hearing about it. This is very exciting, and just seeing the double pistols, like I feel like we've been fucking teased with the pistols for so long, you know, and mate, we're back. I'm very excited.
We'll talk.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. We should talk about it another time. You're right.
Talk about it. You bring up the pistols. It's very interesting. You bring them up. We'll talk about it. All right. Next, we got a look at Invincible versus Elemental reveal. Invincible versus, for those of you who don't know, is a 3v3 tag-based fighting game. This is a brand new character. This is her first appearance in any Invincible media ever. This is an original character by the studio, and very interesting choice. Very, very cool. Then we got to look at Forest 3, the third entry in the survival horror series. The guys who created The Forest and Sons of the Forest. Now we've just got Forest 3. Good for them, honestly. Like, a franchise that refuses to die. I love that shit. It's great. Then we got to look at Orbitals. It's coming to Nintendo Switch 2 exclusively in 2026. It's a two-player retro anime-styled space adventure that blends teamwork, exploration, and puzzle solving in an intergalactic setting. So sick. Love the look of it. Can't wait to play it. Just like looks like all the anime I grew up watching when I was younger. Love it. Then, mate, another trailer where I'm just like, goddamn. Diablo 4, Lord of Hatred. The second major expansion for Diablo 4. Following on from Vessel of Hatred. Serves as the climax to the Age of Hatred. A saga sweeping story arc centered on the return and rising threat of Mephisto. The Lord of Hatred. So much hatred. So much hatred. Looks great, looks cool, can't wait. Yeah, that looks really, really sick. And then a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Marvel Rivals reveals Deadpool to the world, mate. And he's coming. The Merc with a Mouth is joining the game as a playable character during Season 6's Night at the Museum. He's coming January 16th, 2026. And it looks like it also teases another character as well.
Yeah. I think that's the next one.
I think it is. I'm trying to remember her. Hang on. Let me double check. Because I think I know who that is.
That's good, because I had no idea.
I think it's Elsa Bloodstone. That's who I think it is. But I'm not sure. I haven't really done any research. But I don't know. I seen her, and she's like a big deal in like the mystical, like the mystical magical side of the Marvel universe. I think Werewolf by Night was one of her first appearances, I think, or something like that. So I like just her overall vibe. She looked like a monster hunter. So I'm like, I think it's Bloodstone, but I'm not sure. I'm probably going to look like an idiot now, and people are going to tell me I'm an idiot, but I accept the idiot tag if I'm wrong. Then we're going to look at Lenny Kravitz playing one of the bad guys in 007 First Light. He then came out on the stage and spoke very slowly, but we got there in the end. He announced an award, so good for him. We got another look at Lords of the Fallen 2. Looks sick. Actually cannot wait. I am one of those people that like played Lords of the Fallen and really enjoyed it, like a lot. But people said that Lords of the Fallen just did not stand up to other Souls-likes out there. And looking back on it, yeah, probably true, still a great time. Really glad they're getting a second chance. Really, really glad they're getting a second chance. And this one just looks like it's building upon the foundations laid by the first. And I cannot wait. Then we got a look at Saros. Like a pre-order trailer, I believe, is what it's being called everywhere. But it also had a date. I've already forgotten the date. August something. No, April something. No, yeah, April, not August. Not August. The other thing was like September, which is crazy. April 30th or April 3rd or something like that. Saros is from Housemarque Games.
April 30.
April 30, there we go. It's a haunting sci-fi action-adventure set on the alien world of Carcosa, where an ominous eclipse has twisted the planet and its inhabitants. You play as Arjun Devraj, a Soltari enforcer seeking answers about a lost off-world colony while battling hostile creatures and uncovering dark mysteries. Very keen. And then a game that actually like really caught me by surprise. No Law. It's a first-person action game set in a dense, reactive cyberpunk city called Port Desire, a neon-soaked port metropolis built on lawlessness, excess, and consequence-driven storytelling. Players take on the role of Gray Harker, great name, an ex-military veteran who is attempting to have a quiet life, but it's shattered when trouble finds him, forcing him back into the conflict to reclaim what was taken from him. Looks cool. Looks awesome. Very Cyberpunk 2077 coded, honestly. Looks really good. Very keen. And then you can be absolutely sure that my pants dropped and I was blown back into the Stone Age when Total War Warhammer 40k was announced. Holy shit. Very cool. Very, very cool. I got David Harbour to come out on stage and announce it, and I was kind of like, okay. All right. And then he's like, I've painted so many minis. I'm like, bro, like I've literally seen the house tour, your house tour that is out there where you blatantly say you designed your missus's wardrobe, and not once during this entire house tour did I see one fucking mini. So Agree to disagree. But yeah, looks freaking sick. Can't wait. Looks like they're really like the Total War. It's like they're really leaning into the galactic conquest as opposed to like just trying to take over regions and stuff. It's like we're taking over a galaxy, and I'm very cool. Very, very key for that. And if Battlefield 6 wasn't reason enough to buy a flight stick, well, Megan, Ace Combat 8 definitely will be. Wings of Thief looks freaking awesome. Looks great. Very sexy trailer. Can't wait to get in there. Dogfight galore. Can't wait. And then what some people were labeling as Star Wars at Home before realizing it was actually a Star Wars game. Star Wars Galactic Racer. A high-stakes racing game based on the iconic franchise's high-speed chases and pod racing roots. Looks freaking sick. Cannot wait. I knew it was Star Wars from the get-go. I'm starting to think there's some fake fans out there. Very keen. Out of Words. Beautiful-looking game. It's a co-op game where two players take on the roles of Kurt and Carla, or as the guy in the trailer put it, backpack boy, and I forget what he called her. They've lost their voices and they must rely on their partnership and communication to progress through the game's world. Co-op can be played via local couch play or online cross-platform. Very sick. We got another trailer for Phantom Blade Zero with its release date tucked in there. Looks freaking sick. And then the game this game actually got me out of my chair, and I didn't realize until like midway through that I was out of my chair and I was like losing my mind. Mega Man Dual Override. If anybody knows me, they know I love Mega Man like an uncontrollable amount. I love Mega Man. I love it so much. So the fact that we're getting a new Mega Man game in 2027, coinciding with the series' 40th anniversary, literally days after Capcom's like, yeah, we're going to be bringing back some of our older games. Like, yeah, yes, you are, you filthy boys. You knew what you were going to do to me. So freaking cool. And so happy that that was like the last reveal of the show. That was the game that they decided
Great way to end it.
Keep right at the end. Just the return of an absolute fucking legend. Oh, hang on a second. Then we got to look at a game called High Guard. I don't even remember this one. I'm so mean to High Guard. Now we're going to look at High Guard from the team behind Apex, people from the teams behind Apex Legends and Titanfall. High Guard is a multiplayer first-person shooter that combines fast-paced gunplay with strategic team objectives and a fantasy-themed setting. Players take on the role of wardens, arcane gunslingers fighting for control of territory on a mythical continent. The core gameplay revolves around PvP raids, whose crews battle rival teams to obtain and secure powerful artifacts called the Shield Breaker. Once secured, teams must break into and destroy the enemy bases to claim victory and their territory.
Which, none of what Kyle just told you, you would know if you were watching the show.
What a bad trailer.
Sounds alright. So for context, if you weren't watching, I feel it's worth going and have a look at, 'cause it's really interesting, right? Jeff teased up the announcement, like he's played it, he's excited. It's from devs behind Apex Legends, Titanfall, and I can't remember what words he uses, but he basically says like this is going to be revolutionary, like for first-person shooters or something along those lines.
It's going to change the face of first-person shooters forever.
Yeah, there we go. So we heard all that, and we were just like, oh my fucking God. You know, like what's Respawn done? What have they done now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they don't miss. And then we get this game from a new team, which admittedly, yeah, has devs from those studios. That's fair. And this trailer that's just like Valorant, but you can move. And like, I'm not Valorant, but it's like, that's just every other first-person shooter. Like it's just some of those tactical games that you can't move. Like I'm looking at this trailer and I'm like, you've got a gun, you can ride a horse, you can throw not a grenade, but a star thing. And it looks like you get an ulti at some point. And like, that's just like, there's so many games like this. You know what I mean? Like it's fine. It might be a good game, but like the hype was just like immediately deflated. And then I jump on tonight and Kyle's like telling me what the game's actually about. And I'm like, oh fuck, that sounds all right. So I don't know. The game's free to play. It's coming out January 26th. We'll keep an eye on it. That's all I can say.
We'll keep an eye on it. Was it
worth closing the show with?
No.
Not that trailer.
No. No.
Everything was going so well.
Well, here's the big one, right? Like, the question, I think, like, what would you have closed the show with?
In some ways, like for me personally, like Tomb Raider is definitely a one more thing level event, but they teased it, and they would have had to tease it for 3 fucking hours if they didn't reveal it earlier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think someone more creative than me could have done this better, but I would have revealed one of the Tomb Raider games early in the show, and then finished with the other Tomb Raider game.
Okay.
But honestly, if you want to keep it cleaner than that, I feel like either of the Star Wars games could have rounded the show out, no worries. Just going through quickly. I mean, Gang of Dragon could have, Control could have, Warlock could have. Probably not Resident Evil. I feel like we've seen that a bit.
Yeah, you can't close the show with another Resident Evil announcement, unfortunately. Yeah.
That Divinity thing, I mean, I don't think anyone would be mad if it was into the show. Yeah, I don't know. There's some few good choices there. Look, maybe this game could have been the choice, but like, I don't think Jeff helped it by talking about it, and the trailer definitely, like, you know, it's obviously a small team making this game. Like, I'm not shitting on the trailer, but it's just like it didn't match what was said about the game, and it just sort of deflated the balloon so fast. Like, the game's probably gonna be amazing. I got no fucking idea, but yeah, I think I would have shuffled things around a little bit because I feel like the caliber of announcements at this show was very high. Like, as in, you could have rejigged the order and then the show, like, just been as good at least. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of good stuff here. So it wasn't like there was 2 good announcements. You know?
Yeah.
What would have you done differently at the end there?
I'd have ended the pre-show with this, with Highguard, and I would have ended the main show with Divinity.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that works.
That's what I would have done. But it also brings up the question, like, how does he put these shows together? And what are contributing factors to where you show something? And I'm like, did Highguard pay an arm and a leg to be the one more thing?
Well, it sounded like they groomed him, to be honest. But probably not the right word. But
I mean, Jeff's played it. Maybe this is the second coming of Jesus Christ. We just don't know yet.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it might be like so valid that it was there, but it just didn't show well. Is really the crux of the issue there.
It was a bad trailer for the talk up it got.
I imagine that Jeff's team has a lot of data analytics about which parts of the show are typically most engaged. Like, obviously, whatever's first is going to have the most eyeballs.
Yes.
Or, you know, the first half an hour. I dare say the order of the show, you know, you've got to juggle 2 things, right? Lara Croft is the sort of announcement that brings people in. But you can't fuck it over by putting it in the most unengaged part of the show.
Yes.
Like, you can't put it at the 2.5 hour mark.
Yes.
You know, where I imagine things start just to slow down a little bit.
I agree.
But then do they slow down because the level of announcements usually die off in the third act? Which is typical for a Game Awards. I wouldn't say true of this one, but typical. So I don't know. I don't know, but I would say it's a very data-driven, money-driven decision. I don't think things are just slotted in because it's like, oh, we haven't heard from the Muppets in a while. We better put their favorite game in here. Like, I don't think it's that haphazard. I feel like there's a very intentional order to this.
Yeah.
And I feel like they experiment every year is the problem and why we can't tell. This year, I feel like they've mostly nailed it. I think they just fucked the announce up of Highguard, like, really badly. But what I do love is that Highguard wasn't the last thing in the show. They then announced Game of the Year. And I think, I'm a big fan of the One More Thing. Big fan of the One More Thing. But for an awards show, I think they ended it perfectly. And what I will say is clearly everyone nominated was told to wrap it the fuck up fast. Because it was just like, it wasn't like a 20-minute speech that Sam Fall gave. You know what I mean? It was like, what, 2 minutes, maybe 3?
Yeah.
I feel like they earned, you know what I mean? Like, that's fine.
Yes, definitely.
And then the show was just, wasn't even like a fucking trailer to, like a hype trailer to take us out. It was just done. And I'm like, you know what? I think that's okay.
Yep. I agree.
So the ending was great, but I think the last announcement, like, just, can't believe they sort of, they did it to themselves, you know what I mean? Like, it was just so funny.
Okay, I said this earlier on in the thing, and I was like, man, every single one of these announcements so far could have been a show ender. Here's hoping that Jeff doesn't end it with a wet fart.
It's wet, you know what I mean? Like,
what's crazy is I basically predicted the wetness of the fart. It was a wet fart, brother. And Yeah, wild. Another
Just
thing.
to loop it back. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
no, go on. I'm
I
about
just
to
want to loop it back to the start of the conversation where we're like, Jeff can control these things, and he can't control these other things, right?
Yes.
He can't control what shows up, but he can. I feel like he got the worst outcome here, where he couldn't control High Guard showing up, and then he controlled the announcement and dropped the ball, and it was like you know what I mean? Like it's like everything else in his control, apart from like I'm not a big fan of the Muppet stuff. The Street Fighter cast should not have been there. Like, there's a few things that I would have. That was really rough.
Yeah.
There's a few things that were in his control that maybe could have been tweaked, but this was like, I feel like if he just did nothing and just rolled the tape, for starters, would have been better. And then if he watched this trailer a few weeks ago and then just swapped the order a little bit and didn't promise them they would get the last slot before they made the trailer, because that's clearly what's happened here. Like, they were clearly promised the last slot months ago.
Yeah.
And then they showed up with this trailer, which looks like shit. And like I said, the game's probably great. Like, I don't think the game's going to be boring and a flop. I just think the trailer itself presented terribly.
Yes.
But like, imagine if it just the last minute was like, you know what? Let's just push fucking Galactic Racer back a few fucking spots. I feel like, what are we talking? 4 slots they would have had to swap.
Yeah.
Put Star Wars at the end. High Guard up 4 slots. Problem solved. Honestly,
yeah.
The show would then be like, we'd be talking like, the word perfect would be floating around. Now again, Street Fighter just dragged it the fuck down, so it can't be.
Andrew Schultz is such a knob.
That whole segment was just
horrible.
I feel like the first half, if they ended it there, would have been fine. Cool.
Yeah.
Gotta. It's an ad. But man, they went off script. So yeah, rough ending, but let's not let that taint a good show. It was a fucking good show. The structure was great. The pace was great. The announcements were great. The fucking Expedition 33 opener with the orchestra. Fuck me, man. That was perfect. What was that?
Nothing.
It was perfect. It was flawless. The guitar solo,
so good, so freaking good.
Yeah, it was just things like that where they didn't overdo it either. Like, I feel like some years where the shows ran for like 4.5 hours, and we've got half an hour of music acts. It's at the point where it's like, it doesn't matter how good Churches is or whoever, because I think Churches is awesome to have there. But it's like, where this is like, performance 4 and we're 4 hours in. It's like, it doesn't matter how good it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's still just like, oh man, like. So I think they nailed it. They did 3 performances all up, including the Game Awards medley?
Yes. Yep. If I could change one thing about all that though, would be to have Flute Guy at all 3 performances. I'd have revealed the PVC pipe at the beginning of the show, so I was ready for it at the end. Because my goodness, man, this guy pulling out pipes galore, and then for the last song, he's got some little fucking around his neck. I was like, this guy's insane. This guy owns every.
That was the second last thing though, because then he overcompensates with
the big bassoon looking thing. Yeah. Oh, what a fucking champion, bro. All right, let's talk about the things that weren't there. Or something that was there, but did not get his time. All right. Joseph Fares was at the Game Awards and did not stand up and fuck the Oscars or do anything. What a missed opportunity. Not even just to get him to present an award, man. Like,
I'm shocked he didn't present an award.
Crazy. I'm so sad.
Because he's right behind the Expedition 33 director.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Like, he's in shot all the time.
That felt calculated there, bro. like the fact my guy didn't get up once. And there's only one photo of him at the moment in the whole thing. It's him with Bing Bong from Peak. There's a photo of him with Bing Bong and he's got a thumbs up. Yeah, I'll have to find it and send it to you. It's freaking sick.
I don't know, though. I feel like sometimes it becomes a bit of a meme that it's just like him and Hideo Kojima like getting up and like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, you know what, this year to have such a good show and not rely on the regulars, maybe that's a good thing.
All I'm going to say is this. When you think of a Game Awards, I think you think of 3 things. I think you think of awesome announcements, Jeff sucking himself off, and Joseph Fares. So the fact that he helps. I feel like he helped legitimize this show more than anything. The day he got up, gave the screen the finger and said, "Fuck the Oscars." What a fucking Chad! And the fact that you don't get him to get up and do an award, criminal, Jeffrey, criminal.
I don't think we knew that was doing the show a favor on the day, though.
No, at the time it was a meme, and now looking back, it's like, oh, this guy. I think he knew. You know what I mean? In that moment, I think he knew what he was doing, and I appreciate the hell out of that guy. Other things that weren't there. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, when you say we think of those three things, like I just want to like stress. I think this show was nailed. Like I think they've really nailed. Like, you know, I think when you think about when we get really pedantic about the ratios of like people talking, whether it's Jeff himself or the presenters, or you know, maybe a couple of those early presenters went on a little bit too long. Obviously, the Street Fighter cast, that was a fucking disaster. But like at that point, though, once you have 20 cast members get up, right, whatever they do, I can't even hold like Jeff and the production team accountable. Like, what do you do?
You
go up there with security and whisk them off. Like, you're sort of at the mercy of fucking whatever these people think's funny. So I'm not going to dock them heavily for that. But I just think like next year when you get the opportunity to bring up the whole cast of whoever, Mortal Kombat, I guess, don't. Don't. Like, just say no. No thanks.
I think
we'll play your trailer.
Yeah, what's wild is I feel like Jeff thinks the awards are legitimized by whatever celebrity he can get up on stage, whereas we all know these awards are legitimized by just like giving a voice to some of these creators, man.
I think that, and I think a level of like, I think in the early days having the odd celebrity show up, you know, Keanu Reeves or whatever, like I feel like that didn't hurt.
Keanu Reeves makes sense though, you know what I mean? Like he's been such a cornerstone of like video games. I think when you get like Al Pacino up on stage, like what the fuck are we doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's like now what I want from the Game Awards is actually professionalism.
Yeah.
Still have jokes, still have like if Joseph wants to get up and say fuck the Oscars, like he's got the right to do whatever.
He has carte blanche when it comes to the awards.
Totally, but I think, you know, a structured show, sticking to script, like I think that's what like
that helps legitimize it more than anything.
Yeah, I think we're at that point now, and I think this show fucking nailed it. You know, yeah, excluding the Street Fighter cast, and you know, there's definitely a couple of presenters that were clearly like walked out on stage and were like, "Oh shit, this is a lot. This is overwhelming." So I'll let that slide as well because I think I'd be the same. But yeah, I think, man, I'm really. We've watched a lot of these, man, and we've watched some good ones that have been carried by the announcements. We've watched some fucking rough ones. They nailed this, you know, just short of revealing like something like Half-Life 3 or whatever. They really fucking knocked this out of the park. I don't know how you could really. The only way I could improve it is by just cutting a couple of weird segments out. You know what I mean? Like, what a great problem to have.
Yep.
Like, tell the Muppets to fuck off. But you like the Muppets. Like, you and I don't even agree on that. You
know?
So, I'm not even like yeah.
I think
the show was good.
Like the Muppet bits were good because I actually legitimately found them funny. Like they reminded me that like okay, there is some good shit here. Whereas like the Street Fighter cast, show the trailer, show the cast. Yeah. Don't bring them out on stage. Like don't do that. Like Jesus Christ.
Or something. Sure.
Like I appreciate that 50 Cent, the only cast member not to appear, was like, "Oh, this is gonna tank hard." Like the man just does not miss.
Wait, is he actually in the movie?
Yeah, he plays Balrog. Yeah, he's in the trailer. He's the first person you see in the trailer. Is
I wasn't concentrating too hard, but when you said like, "Where's 50 Cent?" I was like, "Oh, that's random."
Yeah. You think I'm being crazy? Nah, man. My boy's out here fighting Diddy and he had time to even do a movie. Good on him. Nah, he plays Balrog in the movie, who's like a boxer. So, yeah, he's definitely in. He's the only one that didn't turn up, and he knew.
He knew.
Yeah. Other things that weren't there that just shocked the hell out of me. I'll say it. The fuck was Assassin's Creed Racing? The fuck was that? Like,
yeah,
everything pointed to it being there.
That would have been a great ending to the show.
Honestly, it would have fitted really, really well. Another thing that just like wasn't there. I had it on the tip of my tongue. Oh, this whatever the hell this 2.5D God of War game is. And so many people on Twitter were hyping it up before the show. Like, people were just putting out pictures of Kratos and stuff like that. Like, he's coming. Like, when? Where? Who? What? Like, he was not there at all. Like, it's crazy. Mental that, like, Saros was there, but yeah, not this, like, supposed 2.5D God of War.
Maybe we're getting, like, an early 2026 state of play or something.
Hopefully. I feel like, yeah, that would be really good, actually. I think January being like the time after the Game Awards where we're going to get like a developer direct, a state of play, even a Nintendo Direct. I think everybody getting it in January and just dropping like, here's what we've got coming in the first 6 months. That's what we want. That's what we want to see.
Yeah.
No, very, very cool. I also need to shout out. Now, I am a streamer, but I'm not a big fan of streamers. Okay. I think some streamers out there are just like the worst. But I need to shout out. Do you know who Queso is?
Not sure.
Okay. Queso probably had the best reaction to the Game Awards, in my opinion. Just one segment. Because the best reaction on YouTube is my reaction. Please go watch it. But his reaction was so funny to the Evanescence performance, where he was so angry at the people sitting there watching the performance. He yelled, "Why y'all just sitting there? Why don't y'all stand up and dance? I'd be in the front row butt naked up there doing backflips." What a great reaction to that. Because yeah, that was also the thing. It's like, I feel like the crowd are like, they're too scared to do anything in case Jeff gets security onto him. You know what I mean? Ever since...
plenty of security.
Yeah, I was going to say, ever since the next thing, where was he? He was in the crowd. Greek Orthodox rabbi kid, Bill Clinton kid. He was there. Surprisingly.
Really?
Yeah, he was there. I checked the Discord. I sent it to you. It's in the Discord. Yeah, he was there. Wild, right? Honestly, when I seen he was there, you know what they need to do next year? He needs to get that kid up to present an award. My respect levels for Jeff would go up ever so slightly if he did that. That would be so
that's
funny.
who that fucker is.
Yeah, dude, that's who the kid is. Yeah. How crazy is that?
Yo. Cool.
So good, dude. But yeah, honestly, great awards show. Awesome. So glad.
What did you think? Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, so glad that Claire Obscura Expedition 33 was able to announce their DLC and not have to pay $1 million to do it. Really happy to see that.
That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Because I think it's really cool, but kind of like risky at the same time.
To drop the DLC?
No, like were they... Like, obviously they're going to win some awards, but like...
They left it for the last one?
You know? Like, they could have announced that in any of the others.
Let's be honest. I think the fact that they did it up there, icing on the cake, right? But I don't think it would have looked out of place to, after the show, drop a tweet saying, "Hey guys, we've got DLC available right now to thank you for all the support this year." And
yeah. Because they would have had to have released it regardless, right? This shit would have been too scheduled.
Yeah. It was coming out where it was announced. That was what was up in the air. But yeah, very cool.
I really love the other announcement in that sense. So the Games for Impact was won by South at Midnight, and when they stood up there, they gave a really short, sharp, and sweet speech.
Yeah,
you know, it was really awesome. And then just as they're walking off, they're like, "And South at Midnight's coming out on Switch and PS5 early next year or whatever," and just walked off. And I'm like, that's, you know what? I'm okay with that.
Short of pushing the mic over.
Or not, but he seemed happy. got an extra announcement in there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, honestly, yeah, you should be happy with that.
I got paid, but he got it. It was exclusive. Well, I mean, as you informed me, it was on our website a few hours earlier, but that was not confirmed. That was just, may as well be confirmed. But anyway.
It was on the interwebs. We reported on it first. Get hyped, everybody. Go and check out oneupgames.com. You're all welcome. Probably didn't report on it first, but we're here. Okay. I have one more question. Okay.
Lay it out.
Biggest upset. Other than High Guard, what was the biggest upset in terms of like awards? Like what award went out that tonight that you were just like, are they high?
Oh, it's the same every year, mate. It's the same every year. I don't know why you asked me. Like, just play the fucking tape from this time last year, or the year before, or the year before, or the year before, or the year before. But it's always me being upset about No Man's Sky winning.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I love the team there. I want Joe Danger. I've no ill will towards the team, and I'm glad they've come through and made good on the game. You know, like Cyberpunk did, like No Man's Sky. Like it's. I'm all for games if they come out fucked. They need to be fixed. But why are we like rewarding them so heavily fixing their broken mess? You know what I mean? Like, have they gone above and beyond? Sure. Have they over delivered? Sure. Have they done more than they ever promised? Absolutely. Is the game looks amazing? Yeah, like totally. But like, you know, and I guess we can't give it Game of the Award now, a Game of the Year award anymore. So we've got to give it something.
I'm
but
just saying, like, would the game still be in development if it had come out and worked? No.
Exactly. We would have Joe Danger 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever. Like, that's what I want. So it's like, I'm not trying to criticize, is it Sean Murray? Like, good on him.
Yeah. Sean Murray. Yeah.
To be fair, like, fucking good on him. You know, he's paid his dues, but I don't think he's like owed more than the dues. Yeah,
no.
Or does that make sense? Yeah, like it's just best ongoing game. Like it's ongoing because he feels fucking guilty. Like, and it might be the most incredible fucking game ever. I don't know. My copy's still in the fucking plastic because I bought it at launch, and then found out it was shit. Like, you know, and sure, I could put that disc in now, and the game's probably incredible. Like I said, I'm not bagging the game. I'm bagging our reward. Like, I don't know. It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. Like, if 343 got Halo Infinite into a position where it was good, I wouldn't sit there and be like, we should fucking reward them with the Game of the Year award. Like, that's what they fucking promised when they announced it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It does my head in. I don't know why. I don't know if it's reasonable. You know what I mean? It might just be me. But like, it's like they. I will also. It was also fair to say I don't believe Sean Murray, or what's the team's name? I can't remember. But the studio has. I don't think I've ever asked for more money. Right? Like if you've brought a copy, every update's been free. Yeah. Like I don't think they've actually.
Yeah,
like,
I think so.
Should I open up Steam right now? Let's have a look how much this game fucking costs right now. What's it called again? No Man's Sky.
It's going to be on sale because of the Game Awards. Keep that in mind.
It's 60% off, my friend. Yeah, there's one edition of the game. There's no deluxe edition. There's no DLC. There's one DLC. Sorry, content for this game: Starborn Phoenix ship. Price NA. I don't know what that means. It's available on Mac and PC. It's got VR modes. It works on. Holy fuck! All right, to their credit, all right. They got cross save, cross play. You can play on PC, PS4, PS5, PS5 Pro, Xbox One, Series X, S, Game Pass, GOG, Nintendo Switch, Steam Deck, PlayStation VR 1 and 2, and PC VR. I mean, they've done a lot. Like, I'm not trying to take away from the team. You know what I mean? Like, Hello Games has fucking done good. There's things this game does that fucking Starfield doesn't do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It deserves every nod of happiness. Just not a Game Award. That's my upset. That's the biggest upset, Kyle. Fuck, why'd you ask? Don't ask me again next year, please.
Okay.
What was your biggest upset?
Moist Critical winning Content Creator of the Year. I think Burnt Peanut should have won it. And I looked online later on, and Moist Critical agrees with me.
I was about to say, I don't think he would disagree with what you said.
Yeah, he...
Like, well, that's nice.
Yeah.
He smiled.
Yeah, he's like, it's bullshit. But yeah. Yeah.
You don't have a 7-minute rant for us?
No.
Okay, cool.
No, that's it.
Just me.
I was just no. Honestly, I got way more than I expected. So I'm like, hey man, he's passionate about this. Fuck you, No Man's Sky. I'll ask him again next year because I will forget.
We should give it a go one day.
I'm scared that we'll like it.
So I think I've said this on the podcast before, but I'm gonna have to buy it on PC or PS5. I'm sure the PS4 copy will get me a free PS5 upgrade based on everything else good the studio's done. But the disc, when I received it, back in September of 20 whatever is loose.
Yeah.
And I have not unwrapped it.
I hate that shit.
And I've moved house. I've been places. That disc is gonna be fucked. There's no well where that fucking thing works. And that's not on Hello Games. That one's on me. I'll take credit for that one. Although I think I did it. But anyway, I'm stopping there, mate. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. What a great award show. What a great award show. Oh, man. What a year.
You know, watching this show did make me want to play more games.
That's good.
And that is not true every year.
That's
so
true, yeah.
I honestly think that is the highest praise I can give a show. Like for me personally, sometimes we'll tune into a state of play, and Xbox thing, Nintendo Direct, and I'll walk away going, that was a fucking waste of time. Like nothing. Like I don't even want to play the games I've got more, let alone anything new. Whereas I watch that show and I'm like, oh, I got games in my backlog I need to clear to make room for this stuff. You know what I mean? Like it sort of motivated me a little bit. So that's the highest praise I can give the show. And we didn't actually score it, but I kind of want to give it a 10. But like that Street Fighter stuff, a little bit of pacing with the Muppets, I just can't do it. So it's a strong 9 from me. And I think that's pretty good for an award show. We don't give out 10s that often. Yeah. So I think a 9's.
I agree.
9's pretty good.
I would go 9 as well.
The problem with the scoring of this, though, like, you know, if they came out and announced like Halo Wars 3 or something, I'd be like, oh, 10.
Well, how about like I think it was a 9 out of 10 in terms of a show and a 10 out of 10 in terms of announcements.
Yeah, I think that's so fair. Look, I'm probably still 9 and 9 just because, like, you know, the announcements weren't fully tailored to me. Like Tomb Raider. What?
You hate Mega Man. I knew you hate Mega Man.
Yeah. Like Tomb Raider announcements is enough to carry me for the year. Don't get me wrong. Like that was phenomenal. The show's great.
Bro, I got Mega Man, 2 Tomb Raider games, 2 Star Wars games. Like I'm eating so fucking well, bro.
I'd be weirded out if it wasn't a 10.
Honestly. So fucking well.
No, and I'm keen to, you know, maybe get into a couple of these games, maybe Total War or something like that. Yeah, I'm It's probably going to become a fucking financial decision more than anything with the amount of fucking games coming out next year, but we'll see how we go.
Where the fuck was Total War Star Wars? I guess when you got 2 Star Wars games at the show, you don't want to drop a 3rd in there. That's too much warring in the stars.
It was fun at the end, though. I'm just saying.
Oh, that would have been so dope. But there would have been so many people like, you're going to put a Total War game as the final announcement.
All right, move Fate to the back.
I was going to say, like, then the thing is like... Like, if that had happened and people would be like, are you crazy? Like, they're not living in the timeline where High Guard was the final announcement. Like, that's crazy. Oh.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Like, we now know it could have been worse. Like, this is the standard. If next year we get, like, a Total War game or, like, a Creative Assembly game as the final announcement, I will look back and be like, could have been High Guard. It could have been High Guard too.
High Guard. To be clear, I hope High Guard's fun. You know what I mean?
I think we're going to play it and like it. I just don't think it was a trailer that did it any favors.
No favors at all.
Yeah.
No favors. The font shit. But hey, that's a bit. That's a bit of a personal. Now.
And the font is shit. Oh, what a little! I love how you've curb stomped this game into the ground, and then just as you left, you've whispered in your ears, and you font shit, and you spit on him as you walk out the door.
I feel bad.
Oh, the font one is just the most unnecessary attack I've ever fucking seen.
That's not fair.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much, though. That's so funny.
I'll play the game now.
Your font is shit. Hype.
I feel bad. Actually. That
Wow.
was not cool.
What a way to wrap up the 100th episode of the One Up Gamescast. Your font is shit. It's like that filthy Frank, you know, where it's like, where he throws the thing in the bin, he's like, you're trash, and then walks away. That's dead ass what you just did. And I love it so much. That's so funny.
I legitimately hope the game is a success.
I
really do.
I think we're going to play it and we're really going to like it. That's what I think.
Yeah, we'll make sure we cover it on the podcast.
It's going to be that thing where we play it, you and me are going to really enjoy it. And then our third, whoever we end up getting, is going to be like... I hope they had a rank mode. And then that's it then. Like, oh, shit, we're locked in. Oh, wow. What a great show. What a great time. What a great year. Really looking forward to next year. Really, really looking forward to next year. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack, mate, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
100 episodes, man. Crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for not just this episode, but 100 episodes of the One Up Gamescast. That is it for us this year. We will be back next year in January with our first episode of the year, where we will be going over our games of the year, handing out our awards, and celebrating all the games that we played and enjoyed in 2025. Then we'll be off again for a few weeks, and we'll be back to your regular scheduled programming in February, where the One Up Gamescast is getting a facelift. We're not going to talk about it now. We'll talk about it later, but get ready for that. But no, honestly, thank you so much, everybody, for being here, helping us get to 100. Again, we really do appreciate it. We've been doing this podcast a long time now, like a long time, like 5 years. We've been podcasting, but like probably like 2 years doing the One Up Gamescast.
Yeah, so that sounds right.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Wild. And yeah, we appreciate everybody who comes, listens, interacts. It's been an absolute pleasure doing this every week with you, mate. And I look forward to doing 100 more episodes. It's lots of fun.
Me too. Well said.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do. Like, follow, subscribe, do all that fun stuff on whatever platform you're listening on. We really do appreciate it. We're going to be coming back next year really hard with more great content. One Up Games is only just beginning, so we would really appreciate you guys coming back next year and helping support us all over again. Hopefully you all have a wonderful Christmas, a happy new year. We'll be back in January with our Game Awards special episode. But until then, may all of your games be good ones. We will catch you all in the next episode. Bye, everybody.